Good morning.
Nice to see you.
Always.
Okay, thank you. Yes, there will be, zooming at around 10, I think.
Okay, so just let me know.
Okay, thank you.
Only Carter file I've got has no motion.
Are you on this file?
Yes, ma'am.
Carter?
Oh, no, I'm on, Parker.
Who?
Carter.
Parker.
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 Is that the motion that I don't know anything about?
Yeah. I don't have to warm.
Well, I might have copies. Let me see. Angela?
Yes,
That's right, Parker. Give me your appearances.
very well, has to be a financial Parker.
Maybe I read this one when it came in. When did it come in?
It was a file.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I might have read it then. Let me look at it real quick. Yeah, settle in. Okay, yeah, I read this one. Okay, so go ahead and hit your high points.
Did you mind me to?
Yeah, you first. Your motion.
Thank you so much, Aaron. So, as indicated in there, we're gonna rely on the motion that we found, but just the high points are this. The defendant was stopped by a third party. And so what happened is, they did do a PPT and it came out with triple zeros. They did a nystagmus test, and there was no nystagmus. They did the walk and turn test and she did pass that. The tests that they administered, I think, are more geared toward alcohol intoxication, not really whether she's under the influence of drugs. There's other tests that they can use, convergence, and other tests, they didn't use those tests. So basically, we gotta look at this case as the officers looked at it at the time of the arrest. So we don't have the benefit of having the result of the blood test.
Yeah, they're on the street at this point.
So there is some I think important conversation between the officer and the witness who originally stopped Mr. Parker. And so what the officer had told the witness was that they were still trying to figure out if the defendant had a medical issue. And then there was several conversations that went back and forth as to this issue. And the officer indicated to the witness, and that's what the state of mind is, that they were still trying to figure out whether she had a medical issue, Your Honor. And the other thing is, sort of the point in my motion is when you submit a affidavit for search warrant, you can't just leave certain things out. There's the Frank's case. And so one of the big points they were making is that my client indicated that it was Saturday when it was Monday, but they forgot to indicate that they asked her how many quarters in a dollar. She said 4. Nothing's indicated in the affidavit to that extent. They also asked her who was the president. She said Biden. So, so I think the affidavit is slightly slanted when they don't give all the information to the magistrate. So I think this is kind of an unusual case because you generally don't have a party
Right, involved.
stopping someone, on a misdemeanor case,
Did you attach the affidavit to your,
there's a test.
it's on your response? I thought I had seen one. All right, keep going.
I just think that, based on the officers, it didn't seem like they knew what was going on. And, you know, the tape that I saw, the paramedic indicated to the officer that my client was answering questions appropriately. Now, you know, to be fair here, some of the portions of the tape were redacted and we couldn't understand some of the conversation, but the information that we got that we could, and it's footnoted in my motion.
Right.
You know, exactly what I'm saying. So I think based on all that, it's not a alcohol case, it's a drug case, and they really weren't sure what was going on, and she's hypoglycemic. And they had that information as well. They did check her sugar in the, paramedics did say they thought her sugar was fine at him. So that's the high point, so.
Yeah, so your argument is they had no reason to believe there was a crime being committed. Send her on her way.
Well, I think really what happened is, in the pragmatic view, they wanted her to, go to the hospital. And I think if she went to the hospital, I'm just guessing, I'm just being straightforward here, Your Honor. I think that would have been maybe the end of it, I don't know. But, for whatever reason, she didn't, you know, want to go to the hospital. So I think that's why things escalated to the point where they were.
Okay, response.
This third party assisted police by having Mr. Parker board because according to him, the suspect vehicle drove into oncoming traffic, drove off the road, almost crashed at Chaps gas station, had been driving on the shoulder out of the on-ramp upon his way to 275. Probable cause is determined based on the totality of circumstances. Here, we had, well, the defendant claimed that the only information that police relied on were the fact that the defendant was on 700 feet or sexual charges. However, defendant deeply discounts, if not admits entirely, her own admission to consuming controlled substances that evening. Specifically, when she told the paramedics that she took Xanax, which is a muscle relaxer. Defendant has slurred speech, trouble with dexterity, trouble maintaining balance, was driving in reverse without realizing it, had a delayed response time, got the day of the week and the year wrong. Defendant had trouble getting in and staying in the starting position, used her arm to balance, took the incorrect number of steps, failed to walk the turn. Eventually, the officer had to stop the field sobriety in fear of her safety because she was falling over. Defendant argues that the arrest was based on a guess between two plausible explanations, implying that her behavior was because of some sort of medical emergency, which is precisely why police called medics to the scene. However, once the medics, again, the defendant is fine, once her, she blood sugar was normal, but she did disclose that she was hypoglycemic, so they wanted to make sure that that was okay.
Right.
She did disclose that she took a muscle relaxer that evening, and even the medic said that most people who take muscle relaxers should not operate a vehicle. It is clear here that based on all of that, there was more than a probable cause to suspect that the defendant had been operating while intoxicated. Quite frankly, the officers believed that she was intoxicated or impaired before they called medics, while they called medics, and after they called medics, which is precisely why, when she was cleared, they arrested her under suspicion of overload. I realized then that the defendant argues that the search warrant provides no information to support that there was presence of drugs in the defendant. However, again, the defendant fails to mention on the form itself, the officer very clearly identified that the defendant was arrested for operating under the influence of drugs, that the PDT administered was 0.00, that he goes into the walk and turn, the one leg stand, believed that they were under the influence based upon his personal observations. Defendant seems to believe that because the omission of stating that medics were on the scene is somehow indicative of being defective. However, it didn't matter. She was cleared. So it had nothing to do with the medical emergency and all to do about what she had consumed, which is precisely why they sought a search warrant. He also fails to mention what it might have been, well, I believe it was in the police report, but she also admitted to taking, in addition to the muscle relaxer, Xanax and Vicodin. Even if this, court determines that the search warrant for blood was somehow defective, there is the, good faith exception rule here. The officer relied on that search warrant to obtain the blood, got the blood, and it was found out to believe, well, to be clear, that the suspect or defendant had more than 8 times the therapeutic drug range of the Xanax. So the suspicions were confirmed with the blood test.
Mr. Bohannes?
Yeah, just briefly. Sure. Yeah, first of all, to put it in clear context, she indicated that she took her medication at midnight. She was stopped at 12 noon the next day. So I just don't want to make sure.
Right, I got the content, got the hourly, yeah.
So, and there's in the, if she wants to rely on, now, when we took this medical report, which is afterwards, it's 4 times, it's not 8 times the therapeutic limit. The therapeutic limit is up to 100 milliliters per,
Okay,
and so, but, as I said, the officer, why would the officer indicate to the witness, witness that they're still investigating, they think it's a medical issue, and then say anything with regard to, she's, they think she's under the influence of drugs. And right after he told her that he thought it, was a medical issue, they arrested him. Right after that. So I do think, when you take into consideration that the tests that were given are meant for alcohol intoxication, not drug, under the influence of drugs. And that when the best thing that shows the officer's state of mind is his own statements to this other witness, because there's, that's telling you what he's thinking. And when he said clearly on the tape was that we don't know. We're still investigating a medical issue. And then within less than a minute, she's arrested. There's nothing else substantial. And if you want to go to the drug test, there's nothing other than the Xanax, the prime was in her system. And it's, where is that?
Yeah, there's a couple of results. That was the quantified. There was also detected of doxylamine, dexto, trimethylforin, and lexomethylforin.
oh yeah, that.
It's detected, but I
Right.
don't even know what that is.
Okay. All right, anything else?
No.
Just briefly, according to the revised critical care 2020 therapeutic dosage range, alprazolam was actually therapeutic dosage range of 5 nanograms to 50 nanograms, and the milliliter is determined to have 415 nanograms per milliliter. And the defendant is inaccurate when saying that the officers believe she was having a medical emergency. Again, at the time of the stop or the time of the connection, during the medical evaluation and after the medical evaluation, they believe that she was impaired at the time of her operation of the vehicle, which is why they arrested her based on that and sought a search warrant.
Okay, thank you. I remember any time I get one of these, when they're talking about the search warrant, of course, I put myself in the place of the magistrate to sign the search warrant. So first of all, let's avoid the suspense. I'm going to deny your motion. Now let me explain why. So first of all, I think it's pretty solid just on all the driving issues. I think that's pretty solid. Then you add on to that the medical team that had checked the lady out and says, we can't find anything wrong with her. Her blood sugar is good. That gives weight. But when you throw in the fact that she admitted consuming controlled substances. I equate it to this. Have you been drinking tonight, sir? Oh, I had 2 beers. Okay. They always lie about how many beers they have. So if she says I had muscle relaxants 12 hours ago, it's like the guy that says he had 2 beers. She's admitted she put something in her body. So let's look into it further. The fact that the officer told something to a civilian witness, I mean, maybe the officer didn't want to get into too much of the business with the civilian witness. I don't know. But I think just what the officer had, the medical team said there was no medical issue they could find. The lady admits she's been consuming controlled substances at some point in the recent past. They've got seriously erratic driving, and I think that's putting it mildly. I think it's plenty of probable cause for them to arrest and then find out what's in her system. So motion's denied. Can we pre-try it today? Do we not have anything else going on? Okay, so I'll kick you back out in to do what you do. You're welcome so much. Miss Medina, you got anything ready? Then get out there and get something ready.
Thank you.
No, it was my brother.
Morning, Carlton. You got something ready? This one or the other one?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your client's name? I'll pull the file. Buckner with a B. Oh, you didn't do that when you been? Oh,
It's an off month.
yeah. Go ahead.
He's Griffin. They called this morning and said, asking if they can appear over Zoom due to a disability. I know the mom had called as well.
If we got other Zoom stuff.
I told him 10 o'clock.
I don't have it.
Yeah.
What was the name? I'll pull it.
Which one? That one's not gonna zoom in until 10, so you don't
Okay.
wanna pull it.
Carlton, I don't have a Buckner. I got a Buck.
He makes that file, Your Honor,
Buckner, Angel Buckner, it's a free here.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, so you just need to talk to us.
We spoken.
Okay.
He's coming in the moment. We're gonna set up the trial.
Oh, set it for a form?
Formal hearing.
Yes.
Okay, yep, so I gotta get the camera.
Counsel, have you filed an appearance on that one? I just want to make sure your name's, because with civil infractions, we're not even opening files until something happens. So I just want to make sure we've got your name connected to this file. You folks all together? With him? We're just waiting for some dates.
Yeah. It'll be September 10th. I'll give you notice. September 10th at 10:45.
Okay.
You get your notice.
What time? I'm sorry.
10:45. Do it before our best. I get the rest of the pre-hearings. I have to test them out. I forget which one's everyone.
You want to separate them by hearing and Sumter?
Yes.
Well, this is all that's in there.
Was it on this case?
No? Yeah. So this is the only pre-hearing scheduled today?
Yeah.
That's a little bit odd.
All right, got one ready, so I saw people trickling in, people don't want us, don't need
Name.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Give me a name.
Oh, it's, Mr. Carter.
Mr. Carter, come on up.
There you go, this morning, Brian.
Wonderful. Counsel?
Crystal Medina, Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Carter, with regard to the arraignment, we would wait for more reading as scheduled. Sir, would you please state your opinion for the record? Your Honor, I think of the opportunity of prosecutor, it was actually the prosecutor, although this is a hearing case, I did speak to the subject prosecutor. Ms. Holding Carter has recused herself with regards to this matter. The pre-trial at this time, he is prepared to plead guilty to driving while license suspended, revoked or denied. In exchange, a civil infraction will be dismissed. I have a draft of the point that will be added to.
Okay. Okay. All right, Mr. Carter, you've gone over your rights and options. You understand all those? And you understand the possible penalty for the charge. Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty to the charge of drove while license suspended freely, voluntarily today? Okay. In fact, you drove in here on Township on June 1 and your license was suspended at that time. Is that correct? Satisfied, counsel?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
So am I. What should I consider before I sentence Mr. Carter?
Being pregnancy at this time, normally there are arrangements made not to have to drive. On this occasion, he did not have transportation, he needed to clean clothes,
Yep.
get to work. It was a situation in which he should have been driving, but he's not normally driving.
Okay.
He doesn't need to leave vehicle residence in New Boston with his mother and father, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything you want to add? All right. I'll stick to fines and costs. $500.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, that money's due today. You can go downstairs and talk options with the clerks.
Sorry, just a moment.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Some information on St. Clair. Did you get that from?
Al. Al was talking to somebody from Huron about his docket and they told him, I don't know where it came from.
1:30, unless they hear anything different, they're going to send a couple youth cars up here to float around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also advise that we have two other parties coming in that
Okay.
are on the same page.
Yeah.
And so if
Neither
anybody,
one of those we're expecting either.
so if anybody hears it,
Yeah. I'll let
let
you.
me know so I can
I'll let you know.
odd or update it.
But like I said, I don't have any idea where Al got it. Or
Well, now
it said Huron, but I don't know where they got
now
it.
that you updated me on this felony, I find it very.
I would be shocked. Of course, I mean, he doesn't know about that, but he knows what happened Monday.
Driving
Yeah, he can't, well, of course, we're assuming he's thinking rationally.
That's,
Thank you, counsel.
thank you, Aaron.
Let me grab the file again. Sure. All right, Mr. Bolahanis, again, your appearance for Ms. Parker, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jerry Lohanis on behalf of Angela Parker.
And I've got a plea agreement in front of me.
Yes.
All right, Ms. Parker, you've discussed your rights and options with your counsel? You understand those rights and the options they give you? You understand the possible penalty for the charge, the new charge? Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to impaired driving?
No contest.
No contest, okay. All right, well, you understand when you say no contest, you're literally saying, Judge, I'm not fighting that charge. If I can find a factual basis to accept the plea, and obviously I've heard enough facts in this case, I think I can, then I'm going to move forward. We're going to schedule you for a probation appointment. You'll eventually, the three of us will be back for sentencing. You understand that's where we go with this. So understanding how the no contest works, understanding the possible penalty and your rights and options, are you pleading no contest today freely and voluntarily? All right. Counsel, would you agree with me that the facts that we've discussed already? Thank you. Then I will accept a no contest plea to the added charge. I will dismiss the original charge. And I'm going to send you downstairs to make a date with our probation department. They're going to have you come back. They'll interview you. Based on that interview, they'll put together a report, a sentencing recommendation. We'll all have a chance to look at it. Then we'll talk about whatever you need to talk about before I sentence. Understand all that? All right. And you've already got a bond. We'll continue that bond.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You guys have a great day.
You as well. Yes. Yes.
You have a motion?
Bill, how are you?
A motion in, Lillian Williams. Motion, you know?
Good morning, Mr. Bitar. Is this Mr. Boone? All right. Good morning, Mr. Boone. Counsel, your appearance for Mr. Boone?
Yeah, what's on behalf of Mr. Boone, Your Honor?
Got it. Okay. Tell me about it.
To allow me no license.
All right. Mr. Boone, did you discuss your rights with Mr. Bitar?
Yes.
You understand those rights and the options they present to you? You understand the possible penalty for the added charge? And understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to the added charge today? Did you drive a vehicle in Sumter Township on July 13, 2024 while your license was suspended, revoked, or denied? I'll accept your plea to the added charge if Mr. Bitar is satisfied with the factual basis. All right, I'll dismiss the civil infraction as well. Why don't you tell me about Mr. Boone so I can decide what sentence should be?
He had a license up until a few months ago. He's going to work on getting it back again. Outstanding works. We understand the statements and stuff.
All right, so what's standing between you and driving legally? Money that you got to pay other courts? That's all it is a money thing? Okay. Are you working? When's the last time you worked and where were you working?
Like about a month and a half ago at House of Deming.
Okay, and how long were you there? All right. Anything you want me to consider before I sentence you? All right, so you owe us money on other tickets. Do you owe other courts too? Or is it just us that's stopping you from getting your license?
I believe it's just.
Okay, because what I see is an impeding traffic and no proof of insurance ticket. And then we've got a Sumter registration or plate charge. That's part of this one.
Yes.
Okay, all right. And you're not working, so you got no income coming in. Do you have reliable transportation? I mean, you got a relative that can get you around if you need to go someplace?
Only if it's like those.
Yeah. You're in Ipsy, so is this area close enough?
Well, yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'm willing to do for you. I'm willing to give you my standard $500 fines and costs and waive that if you get your license reinstated within a reasonable amount of time. And then I'm willing to give you a way that you can pay this $804 off without cash money. So we've got a program here we call our community enrichment program. If you hook up with Mr. Taylor, who runs that program, and he tells you on these dates and times, you got to show up at these locations and do labor, we'll credit you towards your fines and costs and get this closed off. This $800 that you owe on these other ones, we'll get those closed out. I think from what you're telling me, then you can go get your license back, come show me your license, and that'll close today's file. Is that a workable plan for you? Now, you can always just pay the $804. You know, if you got a grandmother that wants to hand you money or something like that, but I'm giving you a way to take care of the whole thing with no green.
When that would add up the cost of the 800 and the 500, or just pay 500?
No, literally what I'm going to do is say on this file, today's file, you owe $500, but I'm going to pay you $500 to show me your license. Right? So if you don't do it, for example, if I give you 30 days to do this, we'll talk about whether or not that's enough time. If I give you 30 days to do this and you don't do it, then you owe me this 500 plus the other 804. You follow me? So I'm putting a big monkey on your back. You got, if you commit to it, you got to get it done or it's going to really cost you. Making sense? All right. Now, is 30 days enough time to do that? If you don't think it is, I'll give you 60. But whatever you commit to, there's no more time. You follow me? So if you come to me in 45 days and say, I don't think I'm going to get it done in 2 weeks. I need some more time. I'm going to say, no. All right. So 60 is enough. I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you 60. If after you talk to Mr. Taylor, he says he can't find enough work for you within 60 days, then we'll look at it again. I don't think he's going to have a problem.
Yes, we'll work on at 804 and try and get your license, correct, Judge?
Yeah. Brother, this is a really good deal. Seriously. Do you know anybody else that the court paid them $500 to get their license? Yeah. Where'd you go to high school? You graduate? When? What was your GPA? You survived COVID in school.
Yeah, it cut my last year short, but
Yeah.
my GPA was maybe either 3.1 or it was between 2.1.
Okay. All right. So what are your plans? Okay, good. We need a lot of that lately. Yeah.
So Judge, it's 500
Today's file is 500 or a valid ops
within 60 days.
within 60. And on the 804, I just sent him down to community enrichment. I don't think Mr. Taylor is in the building today. All right. So go downstairs and check and see if he's here. Come on up. Once again, monkey's on your back. If he's not down there to talk to him today, you got to get in touch with him quick because you only got 60 days to make this plan work. Got it? Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. How about Kenneth? Is it Swihart?
That one's a disability.
Yes, it is. Okay. All right. That's the only one I know I'm ready for.
Elvis is not.
Are you on both of these?
I am not.
On neither one.
I represent us. Yes.
Okay.
You got files?
Yes, do you hear to grab Stanaj and.
I think technically they would-
If you wanna like them all.
Technically.
Yes, he added.
Those are the only three I've wiped out yet today. Josh, how we doing?
That's only like halfway facetious. No, actually, I'm having
Oh,
fun.
halfway?
I'm getting a chance to mix it up today.
Good. No. Who you in front of?
Judge Blackus, which
Tell him I said hi.
Complainants are one AG Nessel and her wife on the case that I'm, the Attorney General and her wife.
I thought you said.
It's an emergency bond violation hearing. Judge Black has caught it yesterday. He was like, before Mr. Hadley raises it, prosecutor, which of the complainants are you intending to bring here tomorrow? There was just dead air.
Right.
I need to do that. I imagine Mr. Hadley's going to question.
Criminal case?
Stalking.
Ugh.
Good old me, I had to bring up the pesky First Amendment, starting with all that lawyers. Your Honor, great to see you. This is all my.
Always. All right, good luck at 35th. If you, well, when you catch up.
This.
Very sweet. Oh, so. Here's what I'm saying, I will do this. If on Friday afternoon. Insane.
Huge docket and nothing's going on.
Mhm. Well, don't forget, it's gonna look deceiving because it does have your probation on it as well.
I'm looking at the stack of files.
Yeah.
This is crazy. You know, your pots get so black on the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
just wipes right off. Coke, salt, detergent, and water. Mix it all together, just
No,
wipe it off with a sponge.
what is
Isn't that crazy?
Coke?
Coke, it looked like about like a 10-ounce Coke. It must be a foreign country because it's about the size bottle we don't have. It looked like almost 2 cups of salt. And then looked like about a cup and a half.
Detergent?
Yeah. And then water. They put it in a squeeze bottle. I don't know if it
Wow.
works that good, but it sure looked like it worked good.
Devon Beach is in custody, so. wonder if I can give them one of those. That is.
See what it's for?
No, the 8 books that is mine. Yeah.
So let's spread them out on a table.
It's very cool.
I didn't know, all I was saying was, yes, sir.
I think it's a dismissal. I don't know if we have anything as far as, fines on.
I will look. Is that, spell your last name? Could write a little bit bigger. Do you have a cash bond posted, sir?
I don't believe so.
All right, then you can probably leave. Let me confirm that.
And just for the record, Mr. McCarthy doesn't fudge around. There. Never realized the door was actually open.
Nope, no bond. Have a nice day. Dismissed.
There it is.
What I'm gonna see, I thought Miss was gonna join us today.
Oh, I didn't even look to see if you have me. Are you even co-host?
I don't think so.
Let me make. Um. This is his name. He goes.
That's my briefcase, John. I'll see you later.
All day. Have a nice day. Can't get much done without that. Nobody waiting for us.
It looked like I'm Moylan, M-O-Y.
MOY? Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. And is there a motion to compel it and everything? But I'm thinking because it jumped from judge to judge, we weren't aware that it was in there, so I don't know if you wanna. Well, we got it.
Oh, I see it, yeah. Yep, yep.
I'll get his paper.
What's the name?
Yeah. It's gonna be an adjournment.
I'll grab Heather, let her know. Oh, okay.
What's going on?
The guy back there, the 19-year-old kid, was the interpreter for me. So he's visiting the minister. So I brought him with me today. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so if you have a little bit of time, can you talk to him?
Sure, yeah, I'd love to.
Not now. We can get through the docket, a few minutes, but
Yeah, I'd love to.
we'll do it. I'd appreciate it. He's a good guy. Young kid, he's strong. Believe it or not, at 19, he knows the Bible better, 20 times better than I ever did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he studies hard and he speaks fluent.
What's he doing now?
He's just here visiting, but he's going to start school in Romania in the fall, but he's probably going to go a year and try to get over here.
Good.
He's got all great grades. I mean, he's just, but he hangs out with
He's an impressive kid.
Yeah. So
They're out there. We don't deal with them very often, but they're out there. Yeah, yeah. What do you got?
Crystal's got the write-up on it.
Which one?
Last name?
Richie? Are you Mr. Richie?
I think she's in there with them.
Who are you? Oh, you're waiting for your adjournment? Just have a seat.
Yep.
We'll get you a piece of paper in just a minute.
Sure.
I'm ready. Come on up. Thank you. All right, your appearance, counsel.
Crystal Medina, Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Richie, with regards to the arraignment, we would wait for more reading it. Mr. Richie, if you can see your full name for the record, sir.
Darnell Wesley Richie.
Thank you. Case to be dismissed?
Yes, Your Honor, and I have explained to my client that the hope is that the juvenile probation officer will be contacting his daughter. He is aware of that and he actually looks forward to that.
He's not gonna contact his daughter unless the daughter's been charged.
Okay.
He can contact the probation officer about his daughter.
But she has my permission, she can call my daughter, or I can bring my.
That's probably not the way she's gonna do it. She's probably gonna want you to bring your daughter in for a conversation. But you contact her and she'll tell you how she wants to do it.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm right there right now. Put it in there.
Good. Where at? Okay. How long they been doing this? Good, good, good. Seen improvements? She's getting along with the therapist then. Good.
Yes, her mother died in November and then her stepmother died in 4 months after.
Oh, boy. So are you in grief counseling?
Trying to raise these kids. I got a 4-year-old. I'm doing this on my own.
Get yourself in counseling. Seriously, it'll be a big help to you. It'll be a big help to you. Because you can't take care of the kids if you're not healthy. Healthy, right? You gotta, there's healthy ways to grieve and then there's unhealthy ways to grieve. So I would highly recommend you seek some counseling. And usually a lot of the local funeral parlors will hook you up with grief counselors and it's free. So look into it and talk to her about it, Miss Oswald. All right?
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
So much, Your Honor.
Good luck. I'll probably see you again with your daughter. All right. Caitlin, do you know anything about Olivia Moylan brief to or a motion to compel? Yeah, have you seen it? I mean, you got the motion from Mays?
Yeah.
I don't know that it was scheduled today.
For that, but you're not gonna question
Yeah,
it, it just
yeah,
keeps getting
no,
pushed.
no.
Do a response because I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we can pick a hearing date.
Pardon me, Judge, just 4 observers.
Oh, yeah, have a seat, folks. How are you? Yeah, sit. Yeah. Excuse me. I'm assuming you're just gonna want to pay. On Moreland.
Do you want to go grab Maze and?
Well, I'm assuming he's gonna get in here at some point. Yeah.
I don't think. It's already. No.
How are you? Very good. I knew what came up with right on. He's one of his, So that's. What's your story?
Yeah, they're always on this side of the fence. Yeah, because
See that?
it's annoying whenever you.
Next time I see you out here.
I just walked away. You know.
But he's not looking, because he was never looking for.
Always when you saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. And he's a short guy, so that's.
It is so street. When we got him. I mean, he was 68. And the doctor,
Oh, okay, so because he's tall.
I'll take it.
Yes, yes, yeah, because like my, eight.
Step right out. Stay back. Whatever.
and he wanted to walk, so much.
Is it Flake, Dan?
Yes.
Mr. Flake, you can stay right there with your little boy. You're fine. Stay right there with him. You can hear me fine, right? Yeah, stay right there. Mr. Batara, your appearance for Mr. Flake.
And was on behalf of Mr. Flake, Your Honor.
And Mr. Flake, I understand that you're going to plead responsible today to an added civil infraction, double parking. You've agreed to pay $400 fines and costs on that. And the misdemeanor wants me to dismiss a misdemeanor charge from August 10. Is that the way you want to resolve this? All right. Satisfied with that, Mr. Batar? All right. I will dismiss the misdemeanor. Looks like you've agreed to pay fines and costs of $400 on the double parking, correct? All right. And you already owe us money.
$300 ticket, Judge, improper license.
Yep.
Here's where we run into an issue, Judge. So when he was pulled over for this.
Same time.
Claims he did not receive a ticket at the time of the improper license. That caused it to go into default. Is
Do
there?
you have a copy of the ticket you received? They didn't give you a paper ticket at all?
He's like, well, we go talk to her because I got somebody running from the police. From somebody.
So he had to go to another, there was a call over the radio, he's saying, Judge, for somebody running.
Oh, okay.
Seen with him.
Right.
Got the initial ticket for the improper plate, so he didn't know he had court on it. So I'm not asking you to waive it if you can, is there any way you can just waive like a late fee or something on the old ticket?
Rob wasn't willing to work on that? Mr. Young,
It's
what?
not today, it's not on the docket today, Judge. The improper lights is not on the docket today.
It can be if somebody were to grant a motion to set aside a default. I will. Go talk to Rob about this one too.
I'll be right back.
Wasn't diligent in crossing things over.
You don't need to do it again. 8:15 like we did today, because then that gave everybody else time to.
Success?
I have a chance to talk to Mr. Young, Your Honor. He is going to dismiss the improper use of light.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so on today's file, I've accepted the plea to the civil infraction. I've dismissed the misdemeanor, and I'm assessing fines and costs of $400. All right, that money's due today, sir. You can go down and talk to the clerks about options. Understood? Any questions? Enjoy your day. Mr. Bitar will explain what happened. We got it. We got the file. You need to set a motion day, right?
Well, I thought we were gonna argue it today, but
It's never been scheduled. It sounds like.
I mean, with us, it wasn't.
we don't need to write up. From the prosecutor.
Because Caitlin said she's never even done a response for it. 'Cause what date were you looking at?
Let's do either August 22nd or September 26th, whatever's good for him.
Oops,
You hear those two?
no, sorry.
August 22nd, 8:15,
6.
8:15.
August 22, I gotta be up from Macomb. And
What?
September, what was the other one?
September 26th.
I'll be, honestly, I'll be returning that day, but
What time you got to be in McComb?
it's in the Warren. Warren's a long drive.
I'll have you out of here by 9,
So which,
if you can do it.
Hey, hold on. Let me just check.
Because you know Heather and I are here before 8 o'clock, so as long as you and Caitlin are here, we'll get you on the record early. I hate to keep it kicking it down the road into further than that now. What do you got?
CHSTEEG. Can't find it. And there is no.
No, we don't have a file.
Maybe up on that.
I wonder, is it a hyphenated name?
G. Is there any hyphenation in that? Rob?
It's not a hyphenated name or anything.
No, that's what you told me. All right, August 22 at
15.
8:15, all right.
That works for you? We'll get your client a paper notice.
Just seconds, I get this.
Where's the color's brighter than the old camera? Did you notice that? I mean, it actually makes that wall look a little bit more red than it actually is. I can't believe Miss Seeley didn't call in.
well, I have a voicemail, but I wasn't able to listen to my message yet.
At least on Zoom, we could have accomplished something. Maybe. Sir, what's your name? Stemmings? Deming with a D?
Thank you very much. Did you see prosecutor, sir? Or did you use the defense? Was it female or male? You want to see this one? Thank you.
Is that adjournment, Jamie?
It is, and she's coming in, but I'm sure we're gonna have a prosecutor in this one also.
Miss Medina, your appearance on Mr. Deming.
Mr. Denman, please see your full name for the record, sir.
Thomas Reed.
Thank you.
Anytime set for pre-trial in this matter. Your Honor, we're gonna adjourn this. We just want to make sure that we have a understanding. Understand that the complaint that the township had was there was a wooden fence put in the front yard that was contrary to ordinance and without a permit. So that had to come down, and also removal of some boats and debris in the front yard. They tell me that that has now been taken down. If that's the case, obviously we're satisfied with that aspect of it. We'll investigate that, but I don't want to get, you know what happens in those circumstances. So we're gonna come back on the 10th. If those boats and the debris is gone, as always, I'll dismiss the case.
It can be dismissed before the 10th. All you have to do is contact Heather and we'll take it off the docket.
So I will provide my client with my contact information, because the issue is, Your Honor, I was going to request if possible for him to appear on Zoom that day. It has affected in terms of his employment.
Yeah. Stop there. Because what I'm hearing is you guys are going to go out and check and see if it's done. You're going to let Mr. Young know, and Mr. Young can just send Heather an email and say dismiss it.
Okay.
All right? So no need to come back then.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do is,
That works on your end, ordinance?
thank you.
But I'm going to have it on the books for September 10th. But hopefully it's resolved before then.
So much, Your Honor.
Set at 9.
I did 9 o'clock, yes. I'm giving you guys a note to appear just for the.
It's a dismissal only. Hey, Rob, did you send Peek out of here? Is Peek in the courtroom?
Oh, it's P.
Yeah, don't ask. It's a dismissal and Peek is not here.
And the ordinance officer is giving you contact information right now. That's going to be the best thing to call them.
That's close, isn't it?
And then trigger.
Hey, I'm not going to make too much fun of me because my ears are going too. He heard Steve.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You're
Appreciate you.
awesome. Okay, I'm not out this week, sir.
Hey, we want to prosecutor.
You're welcome.
What did I say? Was that?
I was dropped in my head when I was a kid.
Okay.
Heather, she is out there. Is there something here that says the case was dismissed? Yeah.
You're.
Yes,
Thank you.
Good work.
I should do it.
Any questions?
Thank you very much.
Oh. Wow. Good day. That's a lot.
Almost.
It's here.
You good.
If you do it full size. That means we have a team.
Rest of it, I'll tell you later. Say hi, state your name for the record. Terry Bridges. Daniel was on behalf of Terry Bridges, Your Honor.
Tell me what we're doing.
Your Honor, Mr. Bridges, is going to plead as charged to the DWLS. I pre-tried the case with the prosecutor. She's not willing to do it.
All right, and Mr. Bridges, you understand the possible penalty, including 2 points?
Yes.
And you've discussed your rights and options? You understand all those? Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty to the charge? Are you doing so freely and voluntarily today? Did you drive a vehicle on, what is that, March 9, 2024 in Huron Township? At that time, was your license suspended, revoked, or denied? I'll accept your plea if Mr. Bitar is satisfied. All right, what should I know about Mr. Bridges before I sentence?
So we have me here in Romulus, here, single, no children. He's employed full-time, works 2 jobs, works at the airport cleaning and does security at a Ford plant in Brownstown.
Good, good.
Just doesn't have a valid license, but he has to drive.
Have you ever had a license? Got to get one.
So I explained it, when we get out of here today, he needs to go to Secretary of State and start working on
Yeah.
that process. And work is important. We know public transportation isn't that great.
I'm glad to hear you're working. Yeah. Here's the problem though. You can't afford not to have a license. Before today, you owed me $888. You can't, I mean, I don't know how good your jobs are, but they're not that good. Right? Do you have any idea what it's going to take you to get your license? That doesn't tell me anything.
Outstanding tickets, Judge, all of them. Well, I shouldn't say all of them. There are outstanding tickets.
Well, where else besides us? What other courts you got to deal with? Just Dearborn and us, that's it? So just 2 courts, Dearborn and 34th. Okay. All right. Are you in a position to get set up on a payment plan on the $888 you currently owe us? You can do some monthly payments? How much can you do and when can you start? How much? How much next month?
How about 250 a month, Judge?
That's fine. All right, so what I'm going to do on today's file, you owe $600. I'm going to give you 90 days to pay that $600 or bring me a valid driver's license. That gives you enough time to pay these off at $250 a month. You got to get Dearborn paid off and you got to get your license. If you Taylor, he said he just paid Taylor. So yeah. So as long as you can get Dearborn out of the way, do what Secretary of State needs to get your license. If all that happens within 90 days, I'm literally going to pay you $600 to get your license. That's all you're going to say? Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. Understand what you got to do. Go downstairs and set up that payment plan. I wrote the notes, but you got to walk out of here with a payment schedule for that $250 a month. All right. Good luck. Thank you. You too. Helmer. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Tired?
You must be working.
No, my daughter keeps me up.
Oh, boy.
Mothers are whipping the rice.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let me see what we got here. You're okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I got it. Go ahead.
Ms. Helmer has not like there were 40 incidents of required. I would have no objection to waiving the fines.
I'm ahead of you.
Child locks on phones, password locks, and apps that restrict usage.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I hope that this will resolve.
Yeah. Are you technologically savvy enough to figure that out? Okay. All right. So, you understand your rights and options? You understand the possible penalty for this misdemeanor? Understanding all that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? Or is what she just told me all true? Okay. I'll accept your plea. I'm going to put you on a delayed sentence for 12 months. What that means is do everything I tell you to do and no new charges. At the end of 12 months, we dismiss this. What I'm going to tell you to do is stop it. make this stop. Okay, I'm not gonna charge any money, just make it stop. Now, if you run into technological problems, so you just,
Take that one out of the phone and she. She'll drive me bad if she doesn't get a phone or something.
right, yeah. So just here, if you have trouble, because right now you think you can do it. What you're saying is you're gonna make it stop. Right now you think you have a plan. If that plan blows up, don't just not come back. Come back and see us. So we can talk about where we can go from there. Because you just gotta stop. I mean, people, you know, I don't have to lecture you, you know. Okay, all right, got it? Good luck. Mr. Mays, you got something? Name?
Osborne,
I don't have any paperwork from the prosecutor yet. Do I need any? Or is it you?
Well,
We're just going to adjourn. It's nice to me that the department's gonna reissue us a second. I just want to ensure that they're going to do that before I.
Okay.
What do you mean, I mean, Ms. Osborne, Judge, we're opposing the adjournment. You know, the prosecutor says she wants to dismiss. We don't adjourn to maybe dismiss. And Ms. Osborne, her position, so I gotta take another day off from work and I gotta come back.
Yeah.
Just see if the prosecutor's dismissing,
Right.
so it's not fair to,
Well, I can do this. Let's assume they're not gonna dismiss. What are you gonna do with the file?
I'd ask for discovery. She indicates that she has provided discovery.
Okay.
I was seeing the report.
Okay. Okay, so we can't set it for trial yet. I'm trying. You know, I'm just trying to avoid
I know.
the wasted effort back, because if we have a date on this file, we have a date on the calendar. And if it's not dismissed, then we proceed on this one.
I appreciate where she's coming from. She wants to make sure that the state fixes it.
Yeah.
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 Technically,
She shouldn't have to wait to figure this out.
they can't issue the same charge and the same offense at the same time that the current case is active.
They do it all the time.
I know, but it's not, you know.
Yeah.
So prosecutor should just move to the same.
I still need to talk about.
Okay. Let's go to October, maybe. Well, no, I don't want to suggest that because we can make it speed trial.
You'll be going to a different judge, so
Oh.
it's, I mean.
I don't want to do that because this is, then the history gets lost.
Yeah.
It really shouldn't take long. I mean.
Okay.
The October date that I do have.
I don't want to do that.
Hold on, we just gave you an August 22nd. Okay? So here's what's gonna happen. By then, you'll either notify us, we'll dismiss it, and you won't have to deal with this one on the 22nd. Yeah. Yeah, well, hell, we can put her on Zoom that day. Because we're not, what are we gonna do on the 22nd?
I know. Right.
You're gonna find out before the 22nd that this case is going forward. You're gonna make a motion for discovery. She doesn't have to be here for that.
Right.
So we can have her on Zoom. If it's not dismissed before the 22nd, she can appear on Zoom.
Thank you.
All right?
Appreciate it.
So I'm just gonna adjourn this pretrial until the 22nd. Okay, all right, we're on, we got a plan. She's confused as hell, so
I'll talk to her.
explain it. Explain it. I can see,
Thank you for the option, sir.
you're welcome. I can see your face. You're trying to figure out what happened right now.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Well,
Information just in case. I'm not giving you any though.
No. I'll be here.
Exactly.
so just so we're clear, I adjourned the arraignment pretrial.
Yes. And the motion is 27.
Nice.
Ken, what's going on? Okay, Nia, you ready? Are you ready?
So, when I went to school, after Ron says, when I went to Michigan State, I thought I was gonna be on the other. Well, I don't know, the one that got trouble, the type of structures. When you go track, all work. Okay, well, then it's all fun, you know, we had the Michigan State.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well. Plan. But I didn't have one. So I just started taking classes, and at some point they maybe.
Is that you, Dan?
So I'm really.
looks like it's all just. well,
Can you hit it, touch it? That's what-
Lincoln.
Thank you.
You're on the, you know, that's the way. So. The last probably one.
There he is.
You know what? You mean?
On the Nokia, what is your name? Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Functional, like, she's not even on the docket. She's not even on this docket. She's on this docket. On the Motorola, what is your name? On the Motorola. What is your name?
Yes, Nathaniel Wilson.
Okay, thank you. Do you want to speak to the prosecutor?
Yes, yes.
All right, thank you.
Junior somewhere.
Do they want?
I have to go on the right. What can you do?
I could just jump on. Caitlin, can you jump on? Cassandra Laverville? Yeah, and she doesn't want an attorney, so she just wants you. Dan's on if, she needs one.
Somebody get the plan.
No, I'll go, but can you go tell Rob to get,
Okay.
tell him, Nathaniel Wilson.
I heard what they think. One was. Somebody called me about something. Bringing. So. Was my home.
Leah, did you speak to an attorney or no? You just spoke to the prosecutor by yourself? So it was Crystal? Okay, thank you.
I just put on the desk. Campbell.
So I did.
She is in office now. One call. I'm gonna say. Yeah, you're right. We gotta write it down. Right. And Dave Miller's gone, right?
No, she's back there. I got
Did you use an attorney?
She's
Oh, look, they didn't use cable, she just see cable. So she did use an attorney.
not Caitlin.
Oh, so she did use an attorney.
Yeah, she used Crystal, but I.
Right, we have to-
Sounds like Crystal.
I got you. I see what you're saying. Why are you?
You're not responsible for people to build. Except Boone.
You girls. You girls. She said she don't think.
Yeah, I'm only half of that, and I've been on longer than her.
You have a relationship. She does that. I'm just saying. It's no, for you, it's a very serious. She just does it for energy and because it goes. It goes down to the one life. For you, it's like, hey, margarita, chips.
We went actually to. And they. We. Caitlin, you can use the attorney, so it'll be a minute.
Okay, thank you.
But I had.
My experience was. Most of it was. So I.
Rob, I'll put you in the breakout room.
All right.
Right, just same thing.
The new people that bought it, that's what we're gonna have to deal with anyway.
Get on here. Signed off. Oh, here.
Nice. I met you. The next day.
Arlene, if you have an invitation to a breakout room, go into it.
Heather, were you trying to call Dan?
Yeah,
He just stepped out for a moment.
okay, just wondering why he got off. Thank you.
Oh, do you want me to ask Crystal to hop on real quick?
Yes, please.
Okay.
That's no way to go up.
Marquise, Marquise Griffin. All right, goodbye.
He's here.
Okay, if you have an option to join the breakout room, you need to join it.
How do you join the breakout room? Okay.
Thank you.
So what's your name?
Josh.
Last name?
Yeah, just wait.
Campbell?
Sir.
What are we doing with you, Mr. Campbell? That kind of a rhetorical question. You're gonna plead to a parking ticket.
Yep.
And you've agreed to pay $300. And when you do that, I'm gonna dismiss the misdemeanor charge that I'm looking for right now. All right, so we've got a misdemeanor, expired license, a no insurance, and a registration plate. All those go away. That's the deal? All right. Let's do it on the B. Okay? All right. And that's the way you want to resolve this today? Okay, done. I'll dismiss all those three. I'll send you downstairs to pay the 300. Go ahead. I have no idea who that would be. Where were you born? You gotta go to the county where you were born, probably. I mean, if it was Michigan, it's the county that's in charge of birth certificates, so I'm assuming it's the same in Arizona, but I don't know. Yeah, sorry. It's 2024. Maybe you can do a lot online. So do you know the county? What I would do is I'd find that county online, send them an email, say, I was born there on such and such a date and year. Don't have my certificate. Do you have the original copy? And what do I have to do? All right. That's it. Good luck. Go downstairs. Take care of that. You're welcome. You as well. I had to send Officer Crowell a picture of my July calendar Tuesday.
Oh, so.
He walked in when I was in the middle of doing something on the record. And I just looked at him and said,
Oh.
Gotta keep him on his toes. Speaking of keeping on his toes.
let's go ahead, Tim.
Check yourself.
Okay.
Keep your. Not appear to be transportation. Anisha.
I'm sorry?
Anisha Thomas cannot appear due to transportation. She's in it.
10 o'clock work with you?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, it's all right.
Thank you.
Listing at 22 items. Electrical. But I would remove all legal wiring, remove all the wiring, exterior of the house. And
I already forgot the name. What was the name?
Thomas.
Thomas.
yeah, back in April.
Can I have a call for you in different rooms?
You could put me in whichever room you'd like.
Oh, okay, sorry. More Mr. In Rob is ready. Oh, we're trying to get Mr. Wilson out.
Wilson is Rob's? I'm saying, I don't know.
Doing this stuff, man, burning my stuff.
Rob, what are we gonna do on Wilson?
We're gonna adjourn it. Did I get lost?
No, you're with us. How far out you want to go?
So we're until the 10th. I've been on with Mr. Wilson a couple of times on this. Apparently, he's trying to sell the property. I indicated he's not in Colorado. I indicated if he sells the property, the new buyers are going to have to deal with us. I've just checked. The inspections have not been completed, so I'm giving him until the 10th of September to get all of this in order and show me a path going forward. Otherwise, we'll set it for trial. So, to answer your question, June 10th adjournment, I have no problem.
Got it. Mr. Wilson, good morning.
Good morning.
Prosecutor has informed me of an adjournment until September 10 a.m. We'll let you zoom in. Does that make that work for you?
Thank you. Yes, it does.
You're all set. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. You guys look at me right in the face and lying to me like there's no.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
I muted you.
How old are you? 14. You're 18? So what do you got going? So where you guys go to school?
Yeah, okay, so we gotta go. What do you think you're on? Let's see. Okay, okay. But that's something. So, try to take off, wait. Oh, they do it.
I'm done. Did we even get up?
Yeah, she called it in the court over that.
Mind just looking it over, or do you need to get something? We haven't seen without it all.
It's. Yeah. Yeah. So. You're going to.
You sent it in your dad. Where is that? Okay. So you still deal with those ones? Yeah. Okay, okay.
Yes.
Sorry, you guys have a show, call it. Cause something will make sure.
Two on Zoom, the one more just signed in.
Oh, on Zoom? Okay, yes, so then I log into this. Oh, that would be awesome. I'm gonna go into Cadence computer features.
Okay, yeah,
Perfect.
she's co-host, so just grab Anisha Thomas.
Perfect, thank you.
Heather, I'm gonna go talk.
I'm sorry?
Did you say there was another one for me, Heather?
Yep, room 3. Oh, I'll put you in, sorry.
Yep.
Hey, for education, like, why we're doing, we have to finish. I mean, I didn't work, save all my money, and go to school, I was working while I was in school. You couldn't help it. It was me, young lady that I knew, who had a real good, actually, kind of restaurant farming. Every time she put her on hostess desk, she made $400. But she doing it, I was doing it. I didn't want to do it. I mean, it's impossible right now. It's impossible. Now, I'll tell you what, it sucks to come out of school. We even work. Force you, now you. You're looking at all this. One way. I know. Yes. Talk with police. Yeah. He's 56 years old. I don't think you get a big problem because you have a big problem because because all if anything promise occasionally it's almost free money. But I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want money that I won't get it. So this whole model of this is of course that's sure they are all money because they want something. Look at it back. It's like that. One, it's there. 2, 3. Well, once again, I was talking, yeah, original transmission, this will. All our. And the closest. I'll just say, you got me. Heather,
Yes,
when's the Lydia's last day? Next week?
I think so, yes.
Yeah. You're hard to say goodbye.
Yeah.
So that before this summer, last thing she was so. She started me. Last week. Because she had so lost the pieces. She lost. Great. That's. And secrets. Just to avoid it. What do you got? Oh, what? Wow. She knows almost. She.
She doesn't have anything.
Just. What's your open? She goes. Yeah, I don't know what was it. Well, they told me, I said, no, we don't need to. Yeah, they're fine, easy for. Just something. Part of our philosophy. I've been on that spot. Anything else in your discipline and. Or, you know, when you get more, there you go. It's. Sure. It is. I see. So, like, you can do it, but. I said, I hope you don't go for it, honestly. This is. But then it's your, that's the, I guess. Bring you the award, and then actually give you them whatever you're going to do. So actually, the mom's doing also. Just one year old, then we're. So, this is. Like, there's. It's like we gave. Change there.
Yeah, she first sent me something, she went to her doctor and they did like a little questionnaire kind of questions, and this isn't sufficient. I didn't know further to go further.
So then we can just be done with it.
Yeah.
Is it?
I'm gonna go back on recording because those 6 days.
Next.
She did it. But we'll see if she shows up.
I know, cause she left a voice too. I was like, can you appear on Zoom? I have something handing off my car. I'm like, yeah, she's like, my phone hasn't been receiving any phone calls, so if you could just email me.
So then how can you Zoom?
Hey.
Then we're gonna see these people that we.
I know, I thought the same thing, but I'm like,
They live out of state.
yeah, right.
That's our story. She doesn't get any more trouble than that's
So I don't. These were all totally belongs. So.
Well, it wasn't there nothing new.
No.
Yes.
He's really did it for all of them.
Oh.
Well, yeah, Dave, well, the remaining 93 days over her, so. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Instead of your million excuses, you got it done.
I had Griffin later. I had seen all of this. So I had about 10 cases. I did misdemeanor. I had a couple of we said process. So there's about every time I had a little bit of extra. So all the sure what how so officers.
Have a good day, sir.
So, but it is.
Yeah, will you put this on the very bottom of those files on the very top? You're right on top.
Very bad.
So. Now I create anything else. Develop my block. I'm fault. So just like.
Talking to yourself over?
If I know we can be fault, we should. Like I didn't involve in that. Right? Renewable.
Yep.
It was like, I mean, we felt like what it is. And it was all not me, but it was, I worked with my practice and that's why I was. Seriously. 5 pounds. 12 of Good day for Griffin.
Yes.
Can I get a guess?
So.
Or considering his health issues, let's go on to the latest stage medicine, which was.
So,
Well, I told him to leave to break out.
Griffin? Unmute yourself. Marquise, we're gonna adjourn this out to October 10th at 9 AM, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
yes,
so
ma'am.
you're good to go.
I like to say a lot of stuff. I mean, not a lot, but
Mr.
just.
Griffin, Mr. Griffin, as your attorney, I'm going to tell you, there's nothing that you can say today. You'll talk to Mr. Janello when you come back at your next court date, okay?
Okay.
October 10th at 9 AM and I'll send notice, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Okay, you're good to go.
All right.
So keep you down on this number.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the tablets. It's just one for each city, the Griffin.
Yep, there's some there.
Or each. Thumbs are in here, yeah.
Those are Tasha's.
We just put these in there? There's no action.
I'm sure they were trying by Zoom.
Oh, listen.
Can be first.
All right, yes.
These ones.
Yeah.
Do you have anything right?
Yeah, we got
There we go.
two on Zoom. But Dan just left us. So we'll handle Crystal's
Tom, I need
You
to.
gonna tell Dan to get on Zoom?
either come on or get back in here.
Ms. Medina, you ready on Thomas?
Yes, friend. Crystal Medina, on behalf of Miss Anita Thomas. Miss Thomas, would you can unmute, turn on your video and state your name for the record, please?
My camera is actually cracked, so I can't use my camera, but my name is Anissa Thomas.
If you don't have a camera, we can take care of it without.
In your honor.
So why do we have two plea agreements? We got,
Because Your Honor, there's one town of DWS out of Sumter.
yep. Yep, I got it.
Straight up to the DWS out of Huron.
Yep.
She's also being one county DWS out of Sumter Township. The other two DWS and the speed 1 to 5 would be dismissed pursuant to this date, Your Honor.
Okay.
Additional points that will be added to the license for each of these misdemeanors, Your Honor.
Do we care which DWS gets pled to and which?
Added a specific record.
Okay, all right. Yep, so I'm going to dismiss DWS ending in 192 and 105B. All right, so Ms. Thomas, did you discuss your rights and options with Ms. Medina today?
Yes,
You understood all those?
yes,
And do you understand the possible penalty for the charge of drove while license suspended, revoked, or denied?
yes,
Understanding all that, I've been told that you're going to plead to two different charges of drove while license suspended, one from Sumter Township and one from Huron Township. Is that in fact correct?
yes,
All right. So the first one I've got is February 27, 24 in Huron. Were you driving a car there and then?
yes,
And at the time, was your license suspended, revoked, or denied?
yes,
All right. And how about July 3rd, 24 in Sumter? Were you driving a car there and then?
yes,
And were you also suspended then?
yes.
Ms. Medina, are you satisfied?
Your Honor.
All right, I will dismiss the speeding ticket ending in 713B and the two DWS files that I mentioned earlier, and I am ready to sentence Ms. Thomas. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your client?
She's currently unemployed. She is a stay-at-home mom at this time. She does have a 2-year-old daughter. He says she maintains stable residence in Miscellaneous. She understands that she should not be driving, Your Honor. Of course, we have a discussion of how this could continue to impact her driving record. We would ask that the court consider imposing fines and costs and give Ms. Thomas the opportunity to pay or set up a payment plan.
Okay. Ms. Thomas, is there anything you want to tell me before I sentence you on these two files?
Besides that, I'm already on a payment plan for prior tickets. That's all.
Yeah, I see that. You got a payment due today, as a matter of fact, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Nothing else?
No.
All right. And you're not working now?
No.
And you've got one child?
Yes.
How old?
She's 2.
Oh, little. Okay. All right. All right, Miss Thomas, I've got to tell you this or I'm not going to sleep tonight. You cannot afford to drive. You're not a good enough driver. You keep getting caught. You owe us $3,000 before I sentence you on these two files. Here's what I'm going to do. On these two files, on the Huron file, for whatever reason, that's a little later. So on the Huron file, we got some late fees. So on that one, it's $600. On the Sumter file, it's $500. That's going to get you up to $4,000. You need to contact Mr. Taylor here at the court. He's in charge of community enrichment. I know it's going to be tough for you with a 2-year-old, but you've got to hook up with him. He can hook you up with some community service, charity work. We'll credit you for hours you spend. We'll credit you money off your balance. Otherwise, you're never going to get out from under this. You understand that option?
Yes.
All right. So do you have something you can write with?
Yes.
All right. Write down this phone number, 734-941-4463, extension 264. His name is Avery Taylor. You tell him you were on my Zoom today and that you owe us $4,000 in fines and costs, and you need him to help you figure that out.
Okay.
In the meantime, you can go on our email and add these two files into your current payment plan so Mr. Taylor knows the total you're working with.
Okay.
We do have $200 bonds, so the good news is we'll apply that towards your balance to bring that down a little bit.
Okay.
All right, good luck.
Thank you very much, Robert.
Show up.
Wasn't it?
Send him off. Yeah, send him off. Thanks. Loudermilk?
Yes.
Miss Loudermilk, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, your appearance, Mr. Bitar.
James, yes, Ms. Loudermilk, Your Honor.
Ms. Loudermilk, I've been asked to dismiss the charge against you from December 13th. I'm assuming that's okay?
Yes, please.
Anything else, Mr. Bitar?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Have a nice day, man.
You too.
Thank you. You're all set.
It's okay to leave.
You may. See if you can leave before I kick you out. What was that first one we just did for Dan?
That was,
How come Loudermilk's not on here?
I don't know.
Huh.
She's on my other type of docket, but not on that one.
What was the other one?
Matthew Lewis.
Lewis? And then we did Thomas. Okay. Close A is dismissed, if I'm saying it right.
Yeah, both of those are just state law.
And 4, that's dismissed. It's hot in here. You're probably fine, right? Maybe it's because I haven't been wearing a shirt and tie lately. Been so hot outside, I won't wear a tie. It was. Grueling. Yeah, grueling. So,
Michigan is part of what they call a multi-state, I think they call it consortium or something like that. I'm not sure if all states in the same thing or not, or just don't know. So I took the part, it was a 3-day test. So the first day you take, the first day you sat in all that state test, they pretty much like you guys do up in when we did a lot of stuff, I just found scan trying, right? There's a question, you fill in the dot, right? Your computer can bring it, you still do it. Right? So the first part was, multiple choice, true, false, just similar. Right? But you know, you fill in the dot. When the second day you came, and most people, I think, don't remember now, I don't think they gave you, I think they gave you 4 hours. Multi-state. And then the second thing was 3 essay questions. Remember the blue books, right? And you bring in yourself the blue books and you bring your essay question out. And what's is if you did well enough on the multi-state, they wouldn't even read your blue book. I remember my friend thinking, hey, can't you test these tonight? And then I can show up in the morning saying, you passed yesterday, you don't have. Right? So people ended up going through that. We're doing 3 essay questions, and then so we already looked at it. So it was a big, now what I was last once, I was accepted through the Wall Street. I chose. That's one of those. I wasn't starting to think, oh, well, at that time. You will have went back and forth. 3 years I was starting and 3 or 5 can't wait.
I heard what the pig says. Hit the machine.
Yeah. Start. They've been doing this. And I'm very indicated today. Richie said. Richie said. Come on, okay.
Judge, I have a Mr. Nikolov here to see you from Emily.
Come on up.
How are we doing? Excellent. So let's see. When did I see you last?
December 13th.
So tell me what's been going on in your life.
So I got out, I left a manual house, recovery house, May 1st. I apologize for not coming.
You finished the program though. Yeah.
I have paperwork that I could email Emily.
Okay. Okay.
They, I would have stayed longer, but they were getting evicted because they lost grants from the VA.
Okay. Okay.
Now I'm living in Lincoln Park with my father. He's retired, why not come?
What's your sobriety plan?
My clean date, 2023. I'm going today.
Okay. So what are you doing to stay that way? I mean,
I got 2 weeks, every 2 weeks I go to an NA meeting, it's called Recovery with Rock. I'm looking for a new sponsor because.
Okay.
my Sponsor was attached to a manual housing.
Ah.
When everyone left the area.
Right. Yep.
In the process of getting the license back, I paid mine not off my probation fees, I don't know.
Is that all it is money?
No, I had it in both.
Okay.
I had this.
Waiting the results.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have an attorney with you?
No, I didn't have $4,000 to pay for an attorney. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the problem. Did you talk to more than one attorney? All right.
All at least 4,000.
Yeah. So the problem is, and thanks be to God, as my grandmother said, I never went through it personally, but I've talked to a lot of people in your shoes. And what I've heard, what I've seen is if you've got an attorney that specializes in that, or at least does a lot of it, they know exactly how to get you set up so that when you go in for your first hearing, you get something, right? Because they know the things that the hearing officer is going to want. So they'll tell you in advance, get this done, get this done, get this done before you even go in to see the hearing officer, right? So when you leave the hearing officer, you've accomplished something. Probably, is this your first hearing, the one you went to last week? Yeah. So I'm going to guess, and I'm not trying to jinx you, but I'm going to guess all you're going to hear from them is, here's a list of things we want you to accomplish before we see you again. Okay.
Well, I did do the restoration packet.
Okay. Good.
Paperwork from.
Yeah. Well, good luck.
Reason why they shouldn't be restricted, but I just don't have a good feeling.
I've had more than one attorney tell me that a lot of it isn't whether or not they can check enough boxes. It's how bad do you want it? So my cynical mind, well, you've paid an attorney, you want it bad enough to come up with that money. And if you don't do that, then they might want to have you jump through some extra hoops just to make sure you want it bad enough.
My attorney, that's all I.
Yeah.
What is he, man? He basically told me, he goes, you can pay me this money, but I can't even guarantee you that.
Yeah. No, there's no guarantee. Yeah, there's no guarantee. Yeah. So are you working now? Okay. Yeah. So is it full time?
It's between 30 and 40 hours a week.
Okay. All right.
I live with him, so.
It's easy. Transportation isn't an issue.
I would have had him come up and sit with me, but he's, can't walk that good.
No. I trust what you're telling me. Okay.
Joe, we're present.
That's the security one, thank you.
That means a donut showed up.
Oh, no, she would have known, she would have understood that, trust me.
All right. You got any other court cases going on?
No.
Okay.
I want to take care of it. Last one. Can you ask me what I know?
Yeah, give me a minute. Let me find the right piece of paper. Yeah, usually when you're represented, you don't sign anything. Yeah, you pled guilty to the larceny charge. 12 months, not reporting probation, no fines or costs. Told you to work the program at Emmanuel House. Yeah.
I didn't seem to think that we got it dropped to a disorderly. I said, that doesn't make sense.
I don't think it was. That's not what the ROA shows.
I mean, I'm gonna know this one. What's the case number?
21-0850.
So, and after the detective question, the evidence of the case, and I didn't get a response from him. I was gonna fight the case, but my attorney was said that the police ran out today.
Is there a plea on the bottom? Because it would have been in person because it was Zelman.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the ROA.
Yeah, the ROE doesn't state anything,
Yeah.
but there's plea agreement.
There's nothing on the blue sheet. Usually I stamp it with the reduced plea.
Right.
Yeah, so my notes that I make on the blue sheet, that doesn't mean anything to you, but there's one place I make notes by hand, and then there's another note where it gets typed in when she's doing it. Both reflect that it was no reduced plea. All right, good luck to you. Just send it down to Emily, I guess. No, you're good. You're good. Keep up the good work.
Just, it was a recommendation, no jail, lead as is.
Nothing worse. What time was it?
One's at 10:45, one's at 11:30.
Oh, I didn't look at that.
Yeah, because the docket is big, to make sure everybody was gone.
Well, that's you, period. Making just your plan. I'd rather build a state. That's. Yeah. So she can take care of herself very well. She's looking for someone here, but well.
How are you? What's your name?
Vlad.
Vlad.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How long have you been coming?
Until the end of September.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
sure.
sure, but, yeah.
You stay with me for a week, as you can. Yeah, so what are you trying to accomplish while you're here?
I'm just for visiting, yeah.
Did you want to see?
I saw some things already.
What are we gonna go see?
We went to downtown Detroit, that's the first place I went to, which I really liked, because I've been to other downtowns in the US, but this one was really nice, I really liked. Yeah, we went to Belle Isle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I was on Belle Isle last week, first time I've been down since I was a kid on a field trip. Man, it was a good move to let the state take it over.
Oh,
Yeah, pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, where else? Detroit, Belle Isle.
Yeah, that's.
yeah, he's with me for a wing sweep. I don't know why they carry some.
Yeah, well, kayak. Yeah, what's that?
So what do you want to do?
I've been to some places. Before coming here, I was in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah. That's really different, yeah.
Too many people.
Yeah, it's downtown there is terrible. And here it was so pretty and I felt so safe and, you know.
Not so in LA.
It was
I've
different.
never been to LA proper.
Here. You know. But no, I've been to quite a few states, but by far Michigan is my favorite right now.
Really?
Yeah, I really like it and you know.
Of course, it's not. And looking right, it's not worth it. Yes, well.
Yeah.
He's got a cottage over there. You know where? It's in the Roos. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm going with that. We're at a traditional conference over Bristol. Oh, that's good. Yeah. That's really good. So he's been a plugger, he's a plugger, help us out on pluggers. Yeah, it's true. Talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Difficult times, difficult times, but a lot. One of the primary today. Cool. Moving around. But anyway, I'm gonna bring.
Yeah, nice to see. It's so different, you know.
We've got machines that two of our sons are supposed to. Well, they're both supposed to be live, right?
Yes,
Both of them
yes.
live.
Well, it's summer and women.
Yeah.
What time is that?
10:45 and 11:30.
The one's said she'll be here on Zoom, so.
Same person is short
course, design. Yeah, but you know what? I don't know, Alan's on to the ground today, I don't know where they got their info from, but they're on top of the house, because they got information that was, you know, not like. But did you hear about the one that I saw yesterday? Yeah. This guy was in trouble for taking on one head for it, so I just, but the players out there, we're also trying to buy ranching, or ranching farm, I don't think that's it. No, it's, yeah, it's, you know, we had, I think guys. She's got a dog out. He's in trouble. Yeah. I was in the pit. No, the cops are fucking. Stop making it. So pull them over. Well, when those women got, cop told her, so I'll just keep right to women to the. So I think it's weird. We have text messages and tip from the good friend that we kind of actually taking in his shoes. Ever told me Tuesday, he had contacts with market laws because of all the threats this guy's made towards government officials. There would be something to get the markets, you know, they're apprehension team. Well, we don't go to. Paris, they got pretty good. I know it was for fun. He was in Pleasance and I-75. You should reach out there. Well, I was let's read that. All right, because he told me they think they were working, they don't know what it's looking. And the face was like, wow. I guess the page of the slide thing, falling stuff, whatever. But you know, by the time I was planning that, every real estate, you know, this is there. You can find out that the Sinclair one was experience. So I was talking to the housing authorities. I don't want that be because we should know where he's at. Right. So don't. That's only nice. It's outside security steps for him. And so that we thought maybe he was on his way to work. But you're right. He gives both my and first off, and usually they just let it go. But they knew he was suspended because he was suspended by Secretary of State. You want to do something, right. So okay, right, go on. And that's what happened. Well, I talked to the chief here because he's the one calling them about your money. So when you have the chief called and said, they just won't let you know. St. Clair took off on your end. That's well good. I said, I don't want one of our guys getting that. I don't want one of our guys to have to live with shooting this guy or get shot in the wall, right? She said, yeah, I've already told my guys, we're not trying to stop this asshole from a traffic violation. It said, you gotta be someone who's outside. Well, that's whatever, we're not interacting with this guy unless he does something for all of this. Traffic, we're not on everything for us, and so we can never feel that they was here. Well, yeah, if he shows up, he's gonna go through security, so it's gonna help, they think that they're safe to take. Well, it would be great. I'm gonna be here. I think the chief will be here. I don't think, but. And I told them, I said, I want you to want to read she's gonna want to because he's not gonna do it yourself. So I said, if I get a chance to sentence you, I'm just gonna be perfect. I said, look, I don't have too many options for sentencing. I think what we need is a mental health evaluation. If you'll do the mental health evaluation, that can be fines and costs, and you're on your way. But if you're not gonna do that, I'm gonna go to jail. Well, no, I understand. I agree. It's not so much what you do then. But that's my problem. Yeah. That I'm sensitive for that. Yeah. But then again, what's sign if you do one alphabet, needs because everybody smell. He's making up and I don't know a lot of people, we're assuming you're talking about and I don't know what's going on.
My wife just sold me. She's not from the village. She was from a city called Southern.
Oh, Southern, yeah.
That's where she's from. And I have a very good friend who's like a brother in the East Village was, or.
Oh, that's where I'm from.
Really? Wow, small world.
Yeah.
He owned a business in Romulus for about 30 years, the junkyard.
Oh, okay.
And he just sold.
Who's that?
His name is Danny Healy.
Where was he at?
George's Auto Parts, Van Hornings. He just sold the business there, but.
Good for him.
Yeah, his mother still lives in that same city.
Yeah.
So my wife came over back in '86.
Okay.
But she's 100% Hungarian, because they have Hungarians.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, I'm selling him. You're hanging out with a good guy, he's you're a good one.
Then why you think money and you think something to let it go? Like, nice to meet you. Enjoy the further.
Thank you.
I'll see you later. All right, yeah.